Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nermod, and I've got quite a story for you guys today. You guys are going to find this one probably a lot more humorous than realistic, I guess you could say, or more of like I don't know, perception that you guys are like, oh man, I can totally relate to that. So, hopefully there'll be a few of you out there that relate to it. Hopefully I don't get too much flack for this, but I figured it'd make a good topic, and if you guys can't tell already, I'm a little nervous about breaking this to you guys. I don't know how it's going to be taken, but you know, you got to take risks, I guess you could say. You know, you got to kind of jump out there, put yourself out there for a different crowd, and see how it goes down. But yeah, last night you guys probably saw that I didn't upload a video, and I feel absolutely awful now about it, because at the time I was like, man, I really want to make this video, but at the same expense, you know, I wanted to sleep on it. You know, I kind of wanted to collect my thoughts, finish out the series, stuff like that, before I just kind of talked out my ass and was like, yep, this is what happened, this is a great movie, there was some of that stuff in there, and a little bit of sparkly, and, you know, before I did something like that, I wanted to make sure I had a lot more context and I actually understood mainly the story. But, yeah, basically I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background information, and then I'll let you guys know what I jumped into. So, with that in mind, you guys know how it is. You know, like you see movies on the shelves, you hear about all that stuff at school, work, whatever field you're in or whatever you're doing. And there's always movies out there, you're like, yo, you know, there's people that like it, there's people that hate it, there's both sides. And with that in mind, you know, there's a lot of series out there. You know, you have main hitters like Star Wars, Harry Potter, stuff like that. You know, you have people that never even heard of it, don't like it, or like it. There's not usually a crowd that's anywhere else besides those three options. So with that in mind, you know, I was checking out my internet source. You know, I have a site that lets me watch a bunch of movies for free, and they're all like movies that aren't even out yet in theaters and stuff like that. So it's a cool site. It's pretty awesome, and you know, the quality is actually fantastic. You know, it's better than what you'd see in a movie theater or on your own TV for that matter. So it's really, really good. And I'm usually pretty pleased, but I saw this sitting there, and it's been about, what, I think 5 or 6 since they've made the first one, so, you know, me, and I've been wanting to check it out for quite some time, because I don't know, it seems like a lot of the guys are just like, oh, it's so gay, and I was like, alright, I'll give it a check, you know, I'll see what it's all about, watch the first one. If it's not worth my time, then I'll kind of move on and, you know, watch another movie, because, you know, I spent like 10 hours last night watching the entire thing, and, I don't know, looking back, I don't regret it. I mean, I can be one of the people that said, hey, at least I watched it, at least I understood what was going on, and I wasn't one of those guys that are just talking out their ass the whole time that never even seen it. So, with that in mind, I'm going to let you guys know what I watched, and hopefully you guys will get a good laugh like I did the first time I clicked on it. So, anyway, the overall thing that I watched was Twilight, and a lot of you guys might be like, oh, he's so gay. No, man, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not gay, pretty straight, so with that out of the way, I don't know, I looked at it and I was like, man, you know, what is this all about? You know, because I knew it was about werewolves and, what, vampires or something like that, then you have the human race in the middle and crap like that, but I never really understood what it was about. I never understood why people decided to rebel against it for the guys' side. I mean, there's guys that watch it, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with them, I'm just saying there are people that like both sides. And I know a fair share of girls that just think it's the stupidest thing in the world, so it just depends on how you want to break it up. But a large majority of girls like the series, so, you know, whatever. With that in mind, I watched the first one, and I was honestly expecting it to get really gay and really corny very fast. And it started to get that way towards the end with the whole, like, romantic kind of crap going on. But let's be honest, when you think of Twilight, you're not thinking of, like, an action movie. It's not what it is. It's a romantic, so, you know, a lot of that going into it, I was like, alright, I'm pretty open-minded here, I'm gonna take it and leave it for what it is. But being a guy, you know, you kind of look at that stuff and you're like, yeah, this is just so corny. If this worked in real life, man, I'd be picking up chicks for days. You know, you'd have a waiting list, you'd have a list so freaking full you wouldn't know what to do with them all. But, you know, it doesn't work that way, not everyone's that gullible. But, I don't know, with that in mind, guys, you know, I guess I can say I'm one of the people that saw it. I watched the entire thing, every episode, completely to the end. And, you know, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was that bad. And a lot of you might be like, yep, still gay. No, bro, it's okay. But, you know, I don't know, like, those movies are a lot more based around emotion. So, when you think of it, you're not going in there like, God, I'm going to see a ton of blood. No, it's not what you're looking for. It's not what the movie's based around. There was some action scenes towards the last three, I would say. Obviously, you had the vampire baby thing spew out of the girl's vagina, so, that's always fun. Actually, I don't know, maybe they cut it open, I don't remember now. But anyway, point of it is, her dress was bloody towards the vag area, so we're going to say, for the sake of argument, that's where it came out of, but I think they cut it with a knife. So, yeah, just with that in mind. Alright, anyway, the whole series was, I don't know, fairly well. I mean, I would say that, would I watch it again? Probably not. Can I say I at least watched it? Yes. I mean, it reminded me a little bit of like the kind of Harry Potter kind of scene, had that emotional character, things that you could maybe relate to a few of them. Some of them were like the antagonist, but became later as the protagonist, stuff like that. And, I don't know, it wasn't bad. I know this is a Call of Duty channel, so a lot of you guys are like, God, what is he talking about? But, or Call of Duty Battlefield, etc. But, I don't know. I thought I'd share this. I'm curious to see if many of you guys have watched it or if you guys kind of went off the assumption of what your friends thought from their friends. Because I can definitely say jumping into it, I was like, God, this is going to be the most corniest 2 hours of my life. And it wasn't bad. I mean, it was alright. I mean, I've seen far worse movies that are, completely on that chick side. I've went to them with people before, that crowd. And, I'd say it was good. It got the job done. It definitely kept me intact, I guess you could say, with what was going on. I mean, there was never any, like, really boring or sobby parts where you're like, oh my god, I'm so emotional. Like, no. I was like, whatever. This is cool, I guess. But I will say, towards the end of it, I wanted to watch the whole thing. Like, I don't know, it was like that connection, I guess you could say. It was almost like, man, okay, I've watched 4 of them. I gotta watch the last ones. You gotta finish them, otherwise you're like, yeah, well, I just wasted like, 6 hours worth of my day, or whatever. So, 6 to 8 hours, depending on where you started and all that stuff. But, would I recommend it? That's up to you. Depends on what your crowd is, what's your movies, what's your topics, kind of what are you interested in. I mean, for me personally, jumping into it, I was like, whatever. Just want to watch it to watch it. And, it was good. I've already re-emphasized on this a lot, and I don't know why I'm not moving forward with our conversation, but, I think it deserves more of a chance than people want to give it, and that's coming from somebody that was with the crowd for a long time, like, oh, it's just so gay, and I never saw it. So I would honestly say it's not terribly bad. It's definitely not as bad as people want to try to make it sound. There is a lot of sobby kind of bullcrap lines in there. You're like, dude, come on, that doesn't work in real life. Come on. You know what I mean? No matter what movie you watch, there's always those romantic movies that kind of take those, like, horrible, horrible quotes that just try to make it sound romantic, but it sounds romantic in the movie, but then you would try to implement it in real life, and it'd be like, God, that just sounded the stupidest thing I've ever said in my life. And, looking back, definitely, it was alright. I've said that already, but it was honestly a fairly good movie. And, maybe you guys should check it out, maybe not. I mean, that just depends, again, on what you like to watch. But, I thought I'd share that with you guys. I didn't think it was too bad. So, with that in mind, I guess we're going to move forward with our conversation. Hopefully none of you guys took, anything I said to great offense. I don't think I said anything that really ruined the movie. I mean, it's not like the baby part was anything new. I mean, if you haven't seen it or never even seen commercials or anything for it, never even heard of it, okay, well, there's a baby. There's your spoiler alert. But other than that, nothing really exponential happens. Anything that, I'd ruin the movie. I didn't tell you who won or who lost. But let's be honest, it's a romantic. I think we can kind of see how it's going to end. That's just how those categories go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try to manly up for the next commentary and let you guys in on some more guy stuff and start, tune down this, like, chick side emotional distress or whatever that we talked about today. So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I definitely know this wasn't something that maybe you guys expected, but the title should pretty much emphasize on what the commentary is going to be about. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If not, I will hopefully make it up for you guys in the next one. I usually try to put a lot of effort into my videos, but today, I don't know, for some reason this was bugging me, getting to me, and I thought I'd talk about it and see if anyone else was like me and gave it a try, or if a lot of you guys are still on the fence, like, it's a girl movie. We're going to stay away from that. So, hopefully you guys, again, enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. It should be coming out here in the next couple hours, and this is going to be Nerd Mode On, signing off. Peace.